Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at the front roll kite loop. So the front roll kite loop is a trick that actually took me a while after learning some basic kite loops in the late back roll. To actually go for the front roll kite loop took me a while. I think I took a few kind of harsh crashes on them just learning them at the start, not really knowing exactly what I was doing and just trying to figure it out by sending a front roll and pulling on the kite loop as hard as I could, and end up just over rotating or under rotating or not really knowing kind of what I was doing, so then I just stopped for a while. Then I started kind of wanting to compete in the King of the Air, and that is quite a standard trick that you just have to be able to do for that event. So I thought, alright, you got to just go for it. Took a few crashes, and then one day just figured it out, kind of figured out what I was doing wrong, and since then it's been quite an easy, consistent trick for me. So I'm going to break it down for you, so hopefully you can get it as well. So before you're going for a front roll kite loop, you want to be able to obviously nail front rolls with quite some good height, some boosted front rolls, maybe double front rolls as well. Just be comfortable with that rotation, and also obviously be comfortable with your standard kite loops and maybe a kite loop like back roll or something, so you've got the idea of rotating with a kite loop. There's two common mistakes that people make when they're doing kite loop front rolls. First is rotating far too quickly in the front roll to try and get it done so you can spot the water again quicker. All this will do is you quickly do the front roll, you pull the kite loop, and then the kite loop pulls you into like a bit more of a rotation, and then you either have to commit to a second front roll or do this kind of weird awkward thing where you're stopping your rotation, or you just catch a back edge because you over rotate. The other thing is obviously not rotating hard enough into the front roll and getting stuck backwards. Sometimes then you have to like pull yourself back around to face the front again, or really force the front roll. The easiest way is just a nice slow tucked in front roll off the water. Just practice like a few cent front rolls with this movement. Just a nice take off, tuck your back knee in, hold really strong. This is really important. When the kite loops, if you let yourself straighten out, you'll lose all control in your kite loop. So for the front roll kite loop, you really want to stay strong and tucked up. I think that is the main advice I would give people, is to stay strong through the core, keep your back leg tucked in, and stay really strong in that position. Otherwise, it's just kind of piecing together all the parts you already know. You know your kite loop, so you want to do the exact same kite loop movement you do with all your standard big air kite loops. You know how to rotate front rolls and kind of have that spatial awareness when you are spinning a front roll as to where you are in the point of the front roll. And you also want to be comfortable going out in strong winds looping your kite. So as you take off, you're going to pop off the water, and as you take off, you're going to tuck your back leg in. And don't loop too early just because you're already going to the front roll. You still want to loop just before the peak of your jump, as with a normal kite loop. And then as you're coming around, you pull your backhand on and stay strong through the kite loop. Often people will feel this pull when they're going backwards with the kite loop, and they'll straighten out and let themselves go soft through the core, and then this will kind of let the whole rotation go out of whack. And sometimes actually it does weird things with the kite as well, just because you're like letting a lot of tension go through the bar, you might cheat out. So stay nice and strong and tucked up, and just hold that position until you come round. I actually find if you aim for doing a kite loop front roll landing toe side into a transition, or just riding off toe side, it's a lot easier, because the worst thing you can do is rotate too fast and come round past heel side and catch a back edge. A good tip for if you do feel like you're over rotating through that front roll is, instead of really trying hard to stopping the over rotation of the front roll happening, you can actually commit to a second front roll. The second front roll just kind of comes easily if you've over rotated the first, and it's a much better option than trying to just stop that front roll and then catching a back edge. So yeah, the front roll kite loop is definitely one of my favourite kite loop tricks. You can put a lot of different grabs into it after time as well when you get more comfortable with it. Start adding the second front roll at the end as well. And yeah, just play around with it. Start small and you can work yourself up to doing the biggest ones you've ever done. So I suggest the first time you try the kite loop front roll, again, you're on a 9-meter kite, just nicely powered, and you don't actually need to go very big to do your first kite loop front rolls. As you finish the rotation quite early in this trick, you can start your first ones just a couple of meters high, even on like an 8-meter kite or a 7-meter kite, so the kite loops quick and captures you. It's not quite like the late back roll kite loop where you definitely want a little bit more height to attempt your first ones. Front roll kite loop, you can really start small and work yourself up. So yeah, make sure you subscribe for more videos that are coming soon, and let me know if you've got any questions on these tricks or any requests you want to see. I've got plenty of footage on my hard drives to go through many different tricks. Otherwise, I'm heading up the coast in Australia soon and we're going to be filming plenty more of these for you.